Okay, let's dive right in. When a cyber attack hits, it's not just some tech problem for the IT department. It's a full-blown business crisis. And right in the middle of all that chaos, there's one single question that can create a ton of tension inside any company. So today, we're tackling that exact question. The second a breach is discovered, a timer starts ticking. And right away, two really powerful, really essential groups inside the company find themselves on a collision course. Do we pull the plug on everything to stop the attack dead in its tracks? Or do we have to keep the lights on, serve our customers, and prevent the entire business from just grinding to a halt? So, in one corner, you've got your security team. I mean, their entire training, their instincts, their whole job description is screaming one thing: contain the damage. For them, every single second a bad actor is in the network, that's another second they could be stealing data, locking up files, or burrowing deeper into your most important systems. Their mission is crystal clear. But then, in the other corner, you've got the business leadership. And believe me, they are looking at a completely different clock. They're thinking about contracts, customer promises, supply chains, and the cash that's just bleeding out every single minute the company is offline. Their top priority is survival. It's continuity. So you've got these two teams, and they're both trying to save the company, just from completely different angles. Let's break down what each side is really focused on here. And what's so fascinating here is that both sides are being completely logical. The security team wants to isolate systems, cut off access, basically build a digital fortress around the problem. But look at what happens when they do that. Cutting access, that causes operational downtime. Blocking networks, that directly impacts your customers. Isolating systems, well, that leads to a massive loss in revenue. Both teams are right, but their solutions are polar opposites. And this is where the real danger is. When these two critical teams are working in their own separate worlds, acting without understanding the other's point of view, the results can be absolutely catastrophic. Think about it. If the security team gets its way completely, they might stop the attacker, for sure, but they might also have to shut down the entire business to do it. Imagine an e-commerce site going totally dark during the holidays, or a factory halting production for who knows how long. The company might be secure, yeah, but it's also paralyzed, and that could cause way more financial damage than the attack itself. But let's flip that. If business continuity is the only thing that matters, you might keep the money coming in for another hour or two, but you're basically leaving the front door wide open for the attackers. A small, contained breach can spread like wildfire across the whole network. You're turning a manageable problem into a potential company-ending catastrophe. So, if letting one side just take over is a recipe for disaster, what's the answer? This really brings us to the core idea of this whole explainer. Who is the real winner in a situation like this? Is it the security team with their laser focus on containment? Or is it the business leaders who are just trying to keep the company running? It feels like an impossible choice, doesn't it? Well, the answer is neither. The real winner isn't a team, it's a strategy. It's all about coordination. The organizations that actually survive and even thrive during a crisis are the ones who see this isn't a fight between two departments. It's one single problem that needs a balanced, coordinated response. So here's the crucial point. A coordinated response isn't about finding some perfect, happy compromise. It's about leadership actively stepping into that gap between the two teams. It's about making the tough, informed decisions in real time, constantly weighing the technical risks against the immediate needs of the business. And this is what that kind of leadership looks like when the pressure is on. It's about asking the hard questions before the crisis hits and during it. What are our crown jewels? The systems we absolutely cannot let go down. What's our pain threshold? How much money or data can we afford to lose for an hour or for a day? And maybe the biggest question of all, what decision can we make right now that puts us in a better spot a week from now, not just 5 minutes from now? This really gets to the heart of it all. That space between the security team's urgent warnings and the business team's operational needs, that gap is where a crisis either shrinks or it explodes. And it's leadership's job to fill that gap. This insight right here is so important. Just think about the biggest cyber disasters you've ever read about. So often, the technology wasn't the final point of failure. The failure was human. It was executives who didn't understand the technical risk, or it was security teams waiting around for an approval that never came. The breakdown happens in the decision-making, not in the firewall. Which brings us right back around, full circle, to our main question: security versus business continuity. Who wins? By now, I think the answer should be pretty clear. It's not about one or the other. The only way to truly lose here is to pick a side. Victory in a cyber attack isn't about security dominating the business or the business ignoring security. It's about leadership creating a space where both perspectives are heard, they're balanced, and they're acted on together. Because in a real crisis, the worst possible choice is to believe you only have one.